What's up, weekenders? Welcome back to Tyrrell Time. I'm Penelope Keith, and we are lining up for rounds 9 and 10 of the 2002 season. Bit of a change around in the driver morale situation. Hiroshi Tanaka is now not a very happy bunny, whereas Shinji Nakano seems to have been on the up and up and is quite happy spending his days driving our crappy car. We seem to be in a bit of a rut, and largely that comes down to the fact that Mugen Honda and Bridgestone are not keen on giving us the updates that we need to really push forward. Our car is also perhaps not as sexy as we would have liked it to be. Nevertheless, we're doing the best we can. We are very, very, very tight on time for completing this car. Super tight on time. It is not going to be the best car we've ever made. That's just reality knocking, unfortunately. With that in mind, I'm going to move focus to next year's car because we have no time at all to get through this. Stress. We have some repairs to perform, we have some testing to do. Have I done testing? I have done testing. That's good. Right. So let's repair you. Let's build some spare parts. And we'll hit the road jack. Now, we're in something of a precarious situation in terms of performance, but actually financially we're doing really, really well. Even being despite the fact that we've lost a pay driver. And the higher paying of our two pay drivers. So we are making things up somewhere. That said, we really can't afford to be moving too far backwards because obviously that affects prize money, it affects our ability to negotiate sponsorship deals going forward, and definitely this car and this team have under-delivered this season. I think that's pretty fair to say. Let's take a quick look in Sponsor Town, see if there's any deals. Right, we do have a works deal in place for Bridgestone, and we've got quick upgrades, but that doesn't really give us the level of control that we need. We are in charge of the situation at Shell, but we still need that extra third bonus, really. We've begun talking to Castrol, no progress so far, but we really do need to tie that out if we can. Everything else is all done and dusted. In terms of hospitalitage, Bridgestone, Castrol and Shell are the guys coming along to the races. Very, very important that, because obviously we want to schmooze them up and get our hands on that sweet, sweet, sweet upgrade deal. Not going to do any investing, not going to sell any more of the team, of course. Finances are actually the least of our concerns right now. Let's take a look at the staffing situation. Really, we're at the point where we should be upgrading the factory. Nevertheless, let's improve our commercial team. And yeah, that'll do for now. Morale throughout the team, very, very good. Don't know why, because I would say we were underperforming, but you know, if they want to be happy, I'll let them be happy. I won't ruin it, don't worry. Let's crack on with this Grand Prix then, see if we can't deliver some results. I'm going to let the engineers guide our setup choices. Let's see what we get out of this. Do we have a new engine? Answer is no. We do have... No, Series 8 fuel is still where we're at because I ballsed up in the last episode. It's all coming back to me now. Everything else looks good. Let's hit the UK for our home Grand Prix. 21 degrees, overcast with a strong wind. What a surprise. Very British weather. Okay, not a terrible qualifying. Damon Hill is your pole sitter for McLaren, ahead of David Coulthard in the second McLaren. Olivier Panis third for Jordan, ahead of Tora Takagi. Eddie Irvine putting the arrows in fifth. We qualify ourselves. Shinji Nakano P10, Hiroshi Tanaka P12, with Alessandro Marini's Minardi separating us. 22 degrees, very strong rain. That's going to play into the hands of Nakano. It's going to really screw with Tanaka. So with that said, Nakano's getting all of the priorities. And I'm going to allow Tanaka to 2-stop. Wouldn't normally do that, but given that I don't know how he is in the rain, I'd rather not let his tyres wear out too much. We may end up with a double DNF. You know how it goes. Let's smash it and see. Ooh, 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 hello. Damon Hill, the wet weather king, winning from pole position in the McLaren. Shinji Nakano, stellar drive from him, taking it from P10 to P2. Well done indeed. Eddie Irvine rounds out the podium for Arrows in P3. Mika Salo in the second Arrows P4. David Coulthard drops from second on the grid to fifth at the flag. And Ricardo Rosset takes the last points paying position. Hiroshi Tanaka does make the end of the Grand Prix, stopping him twice, probably a mistake, but I'd rather play it safe, and at least it's not another DNF. He's not very good in the wet, so I don't think he would have matched anything like Nakano's pace, but the fact that he made the flag, that's fair enough. In the Drivers' Championship, Shinji Nakano now sitting third in the Drivers' Championship, 1 point clear of Irvine, Panis and Salo. In the Constructors, we are sat fairly pretty in fourth, now 9 points behind Jordan and significantly more behind McLaren and Arrows. Still, we are well clear of Williams, and if we can push for third at the end of the season, that would be a turn up for the books. Okay, we're off to Austria. First things first, we have to finish stage 1 of next year's car. Super important. Rounds 10 and 11, 12 and 13, 14 in the wind tunnel, and then 15 and 16 to build the cars. It's going to be right down to the wire, ladies and germs. That said, we have a new front wing almost complete. That should be ready for round 11 or round 12, depending. We're nearly done with an active suspension system, but we've ceased work on that for the moment. And our factory will be ready very, very soon. Okay, any staff to hire first of all? Got some construction bods, but we've already got a really strong construction team. Same with the mechanics. I guess there's no reason why we shouldn't fire very good workers for excellent workers. So we'll do that. Any progress on our sponsorship deal? No. However, we do have everything unlocked now for Shell. I'm going to drop down the amount of resources we're putting into that and try and get a few last minute sponsorship deals. The success card, I will play on Castrol just because it seems like they're talking to somebody else. And let's see who else we can snap up, if anybody. Let's see if we can't keep Hewlett Packard. In terms of sponsorship slots available, we have 3 available. That's ideally 3 too many, given that 2 of these are 1-star sponsors. We do have HSBC as a 5-star. That's good news, but really we want to be making a bit more money than this, and we're currently still behind this year's budget. Our costs are going to grow exponentially next year. We're going to have a new factory, which means we're going to be building new facilities in the factory. We're also going to be on a recruitment drive trying to fill up those extra staff spots. That's going to put our operating overheads much, much higher than they are now. We really need a better team sponsorship deal. We need to fill our sponsor portfolio completely, because we're never going to get the big money you get from a works deal. I may still replace Tanaka with a higher paying pay driver to help drive Nakano towards an all Japanese-ish World Championship. That's all done. Let's run a cheeky test. There we go. Let's spend that. We've got a new compound of fuel to to apply for. There we go. More power. Still no new tyres. We do have a new power unit. Is that better than the one we have right now? It's less powerful, but it's more resistant to heat. I'm going to do some engine testing towards the end of the season, then take some of these points, even them out, and we should have a slightly above average power unit. I just sneezed and it was gross. That second evolution power unit then will stay on the racks for now. In terms of hospitalitage, let's get rid of Shell now because that deal's basically done. And we'll bring Hewlett Packard. Oh no, they're already talking to someone else. That's a very bad sign. Yeah, let's bring Shell and try and get that guarantee then. Okay, everything else is sorted. We've just got some repairs to perform now, and that should be easy enough. Don't even need to spend money building more spare parts, to be honest, which is refreshing. We've got such a great construction team. That's definitely a key strength in the team, to be honest. The fact that our engineers are just so capable and so efficient. Let's do some setup work. I'm going to go for something along those lines. We've got I'm going to go for the more powerful for Nakano and the more tolerance-focused fuel blends for Tanaka. Yep, all good. 22 degrees and dry for qualifying at the 2002 Austrian Grand Prix. Again, not expecting very much from quali, but let's see what we can get. Wow, Tanaka putting it P7, out qualifying his teammate for the first time this season. Shinji Nakano languishing in 12th. Don't know what happened to him there. Damon Hill is your pole sitter for the second race in a row, and for the second race in a row, it's an all-McLaren front row. Toru Takagi, our very own, P3 for Williams. Joining him on the second row, Giancarlo Fisichella's Williams, and then you've got Hakkinen and Salo on row 3. We've out-qualified Panis and Irvine for the first time, so that's pretty exciting. I'm going to have to give Tanaka priority in the pit stops as well, it would seem to me. So that's what we're going to do. Fresh tyres for Shinjo, and he will stop lap 36 for a fresh set of boots. Very disappointed with his qualifying relative to his teammate. I don't know what made Tanaka suddenly so competent here, but I'll take it. I'll absolutely take it. Lap 35 for him. First dibs on the pit stops. Not playing favourites as far as we're able, beyond what's pragmatic. Right, come on boys, give us another good result. Watch this now, double DNF. Tanaka bins it. Hydraulic failure. God, the reliability on this car is awful. David Coulthard is your race winner. Jordan extend their lead on us in the constructors with Toru Takagi taking P2. Mika Hakkinen's Williams final podium position. Shinji Nakano recovers to 4th though. That beats both Arrows actually and one of the Jordans. Salo and Panis are the final point scorers. How does that affect things? Well, in the Drivers' Championship, he's still 3rd, 2 points clear of Mika Salo. In the Constructors, we are still in 4th position. The gap to Jordan and Arrows still growing. Let's see if we've achieved anything. Hewlett Packard have signed with someone else. Castrol have also signed with someone else. This is very, very unfortunate news. Let's see who we can speak to, who's a realistic prospect. We're going to speak to... I'm going to try and fill our sponsor slots. I'm going to put 10% on Magneti Morelli. And I know we're dividing our attention here, but I think this is good. I'm going to put 10% on Hugo Boss. And this is quite a risky strategy, but we're in a position where it's worth taking the risk. And I'm going to try and talk to Morse because Stewart aren't doing very good at the moment. No guarantee yet from Shell. On tyre front though, we have completed that deal. I'm going to drop again down to 10% here and divide that extra attention between our hopefully new paying friends. Hugo Boss is actually worth putting 20% on because, as I recall, that's one of the better paying of the lower end deals. In terms of hospitality, we're going to take all of our new buddies, we're going to butter them up good and proper. I don't know how Tommy Hilfiger and Hugo Boss feel about being on the same card, but it's not like the EA F1 games where they actually care about that, so we'll see. We'll just promote two rival clothing brands, it's no big deal. Everything else looks super good. Guys, I hope you're having an amazing weekend, and I hope Monday is kind to you. I'm off now to record some more Grand Prix World and Motorsport Manager 1989. There should be videos almost every day from now on, thanks to me being able to schedule premieres. So enjoy the rest of your Sunday, take care of yourselves, and we will talk again very, 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 very soon. Bye-bye.